assistant, Chloe, had been begging me to take her on a trip to Europe, and as I looked at her, smiling and radiant, I gave in. I told my wife, Anna, it was a business trip. I never expected she'd be the one to blast a photo of Chloe and me kissing into the Carter family's iMessage group. "Congratulations," she wrote. "Looks like you're getting a new daughter-in-law." Panic set in. I wanted to fly home immediately, but Chloe just sobbed against my shoulder. "Noah, you should go back." "I'll be fine, really. What if Anna uses this to turn the board against you? What if it costs you your position?" Her words strangely calmed me. I pulled her into my arms. "She won't," I reassured her. "Anna loves me. She's just throwing a tantrum." Later, I was the one desperately calling Anna, begging her to talk to me from her mother's house in Greenwich. And later still, it was Chloe, standing on a rooftop ledge with my son in her arms, whispering, "Noah, do you think they'll recognize our relationship in heaven?" I stepped out of the shower and met Anna's smiling eyes. She looked so unguarded, her expression full of anticipation. "Honey, do you have a surprise for me?" I quickly looked away, my throat tightening. "Babe, something came up with the international project. I have to go deal with it. I'll be gone about 10 days. You should get some sleep." Her smile froze. She didn't say a word, just quietly started packing my suitcase. I felt a pang of guilt, but it was quickly replaced by a secret thrill. Chloe's youth, her vibrant energy, the way she looked at me with pure adoration. It was an intoxicating rush I hadn't felt in years. Under the Bridge of Sighs in Venice, Chloe snuggled into my arms, her face tilted up, her eyes shining with an undisguised mix of love and worship. She lifted her phone to capture the moment. As the flash went off, her soft lips pressed against mine. I didn't push her away. That night, the Carter family iMessage group exploded. My mom was the first to type, "Anna, is this some kind of mistake?" My cousin chimed in, "Damn, Noah, you don't mess around." My aunt tagged my cousin, "Don't be rude." Then my sister, "Wait, that girl looks so familiar." My cousin again, "That's his assistant, Chloe." I felt a surge of panic, but forced myself to stay calm. I typed a single message to the group. It was a game of truth or dare. Chloe lost and had to post a picture kissing someone. As her boss, I felt bad for her, so I helped her out. Everyone calmed down. Chloe looked at me, her eyes wet with guilt and worry. "It's all my fault. I shouldn't have pushed you to take that picture. And then I was so stupid, I lost my phone. Someone must have found it and leaked the photo to Anna." My heart softened. I stroked her hair. "Don't worry," I said. "Leave it to me." I called Anna, my voice laced with manufactured anger. "Anna, can you stop acting like a child? How could you post that in the family group? You know the Carters are a conservative family. My grandparents saw that. Take it down now." A faint, cold laugh came through the receiver. "Is the picture not fit to be seen?" I thought it was quite good. The caption was perfect, too. I was losing my patience. "I told you it was a stupid game. Why are you making a big deal out of this with a junior employee?" Anna's voice was serious. She kissed my husband. "Of course I'm going to make a big deal out of it. You should have known better than to put yourself in that position. If you had any respect for our marriage, you wouldn't have let it happen. Noah, I'm warning you. Don't make a mistake you'll regret." My voice softened. "Okay, you're right. I'll be more careful next time. I'll bring you back a gift when I'm done with this trip. Be good, okay?" "When are you coming back?" she asked. I gave her a date. The line was silent for a few seconds, then she hung up. Chloe pressed against me. I pushed the thoughts of Anna aside and let myself sink into the moment. The day I got back, Anna was at JFK to pick me up. I saw her standing by the exit, and a wave of smug relief washed over me. See? She couldn't live without me. I pushed the luggage cart toward her, with Chloe trailing behind me. Anna's gaze flickered over Chloe. I stepped forward, my arm wrapping naturally around Anna's waist as I planted a kiss on her cheek. "Thanks for coming, babe." Anna turned her head slightly, a tiny, almost imperceptible movement. I felt a flash of annoyance. I opened the passenger door for Chloe. "Chloe gets carsick," I said. Chloe glanced nervously at Anna, her voice barely a whisper. "Noah, maybe I should just get an Uber." "Don't be silly. It's late, and it's not safe for you to travel alone at night. We're going the same way." I made the decision for her. my tone leaving no room for argument. Anna kept her eyes downcast, her voice soft. Was it just the two of you on the trip? My heart skipped a beat. No, of course not. The others took a different flight. The lie came so easily, I almost believed it myself. Before getting out of the car, Chloe handed Anna a beautifully wrapped gift box. She tilted her head, her smile girlish and playful. Mrs. Carter, this is for you. Noah said you'd like it. I hope you do. I wasn't sure about the color, though. I jumped in without thinking. Anna's a bit older. She's not into the bright colors you young girls like. The car door closed, cutting Chloe off. The car was silent, just Anna and me. She let out a sigh, so quiet I almost missed it, then suddenly sat bolt upright, creating a sharp distance between us. What's wrong? I frowned. She didn't answer, just pulled a compact mirror from her purse and held it up to my face. I immediately saw the smudge of lipstick on my collar. I scrambled for an excuse. When we were getting off the plane, Chloe stumbled, and I had to catch her. Noah. She cut me off, turning to face me, her gaze sharp and piercing. In the 7 years we've been married, there has never been an incident of an assistant stumbling and leaving lipstick on you. When did your female assistants start accidentally spritzing you with their perfume and smudging their lipstick on your clothes? I was speechless. After a long moment, I finally managed an apology. Okay, I'll be more careful in the future. Anna said nothing more, but her face was a mask of fury. Something felt like it was slipping out of my control, and a wave of frustrated anger washed over me. The car pulled up to our family's estate in Greenwich. Before we got out, I grabbed Anna's arm. Are you still mad? Because I went on a business trip with my assistant instead of taking a vacation with you? I stared into her eyes. Anna, when did you become so childish and selfish? You know Carter Corp is in the middle of a critical transition. I just spent 10 exhausting days flying all over the world. I don't have the energy to play guessing games with you. As Mrs. Carter, is it really appropriate for you to be wearing your emotions on your sleeve like this? I fired the questions at her like bullets, expecting her to tear up and back down like she always did, swallowing her complaints. But this time, she just yanked her arm out of my grasp. A 10-day luxury European tour for business. Noah? Am I the only fool in the world? Was the kiss under the bridge of sighs sweet? Do you like her gift? She pushed the car door open, her voice cold as ice. Let's play the part of the perfect couple tonight. After that, we need some time apart. To think. With that, she got out of the car and walked away without a backward glance. In the grand hall, Anna was on my arm, her smile perfect, her poise unshakable. She was, as always, the flawless Mrs. Carter. Only I could feel the rigid tension in her body, the cold distance in her eyes. Back at our house, I heard the shower running. I leaned against the wall outside the bathroom, and my frantic mind strangely calmed. She was still here. As long as she was here, there was a chance to fix this. When Anna came out of the bathroom, I wrapped my arms around her from behind. Babe, I'm sorry. I'll never speak to her again, okay? If you don't like her, I'll have her transferred to the most remote branch office tomorrow. I rested my chin on her shoulder, my voice low and soft, deliberately trying to charm her. Anna broke free from my embrace and turned to face me, her tone distant. Noah, don't come near me smelling of another woman's perfume and lipstick. Her look was a physical blow. I tried to pull her close again, my arms tightening, desperate to kiss her. I'm sorry. Let's take another shower together, okay? Or you can just peel my skin off. Suddenly my phone buzzed. The name on the screen was Chloe. I answered with a frown. What is it? Chloe's voice came through, choked with tears, soft and panicked. Noah, what do I do? I think I messed up the data in that core file I brought back. I don't know how to fix it, and the contract has to be signed tomorrow. What if I've ruined the company? Oh, God. I instinctively glanced at Anna. She was staring at me, her expression frigid. I felt trapped, desperate for an escape. I seized the opportunity. What happened? How could you be so careless? Stay where you are. I'm coming over right now. After hanging up, I didn't dare look at Anna. I just grabbed my jacket, pulling it on as I spoke rapidly. This contract is critical. I have to oversee this myself. You go to sleep, don't wait up for me. Then I practically fled from the house. When I got to Chloe's apartment, She threw herself at me, dressed in a sexy black nightgown. Noah, you're finally here. I was so scared. I picked up the file and scanned it. It was a minor issue. I looked at Chloe, amused, but her soft arms wrapped around my neck. I really don't get it, she pouted, tilting her face up. The coquettish tone, the adoring eyes. Noah, you're the best. Can you teach me, please? That look ignited something in me. I pulled her close. Chloe's sweet compliance and shy demeanor were the perfect antidote to the cold rejection I'd faced from Anna. All my pent-up frustration finally had an outlet. The next morning, Chloe dragged me to a greasy spoon diner. A plate of pancakes and bacon sat on the table between us. I'm allergic to gluten. Eating something like that from a place this grimy would give me a terrible stomachache. But looking at her shining, expectant eyes, the words of refusal died in my throat. I thought of Anna's icy glare when I'd left last night, and a self-destructive impulse took over. Maybe, I thought darkly, if I got sick, Anna would feel sorry for me. After all, she loved me so much. She once drove through a 10-hour blizzard just to bring me a specific medication. I took a large bite of the pancake, holding my breath and swallowing a whole. My stomach immediately started to churn. I vaguely remember forcing my eyes open to see Chloe leaning over my hospital bed, her voice thick with tears. Noah, you scared me to death. It's all my fault. I heard Anna's cold laugh. I turned to look at her and said weakly, Anna, it's not Chloe's fault. Chloe immediately shot up like a startled rabbit. Mrs. Carter, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. Anna held up a hand, cutting her off, her voice flat. Of course it's your fault. You've done a remarkable job. Have you figured out how you're going to explain to the Carter family how you single-handedly landed their heir in the hospital? Chloe turned to me, her eyes red. I really didn't know you couldn't eat at places like that. I'll cook for you myself next time, okay? You should go home. I interrupted her. I don't need you to take care of me here. No. Anna's voice cut in again. Let her stay. I'm sure no one could take better care of you than her. I have work to do at the company. I don't have time to sit around hospital. She picked up her handbag from the sofa and turned to leave, watching her walk away without a second glance. I called out, my voice filled with a desperation I didn't recognize. Babe, listen to me. Last night was just about fixing the data. We worked all night. Chloe felt bad this morning, so she bought me breakfast. Don't get the wrong idea. There's nothing going on between us. She paused at the door and turned back, her face blank. What you do with a useless assistant is Carter Corp's business, not mine. But when my husband is up all night fixing data with another woman and ends up hospitalized because of some romantic, greasy spoon breakfast, I'm allowed to be upset. So I don't want to see you for the rest of the day. She paused, not for a single second. With that, she turned and left without hesitation. I felt a secret thrill. Anna was just jealous. This was all my fault. Chloe's tearful voice broke the silence. She looked at me helplessly. It's all my fault. Should I go explain everything to Mrs. Carter? So she won't be mad at you anymore. Stop crying, or you'll turn into a real bunny. Her tears subsided a little. She cautiously moved closer with the dependent air of a small animal. I sighed. Anna wants me to transfer you. She's my wife, after all. I have to give her that. But don't worry, Chloe, I'll make it up to you. Just be good, okay? I drifted back to sleep. I don't know how much time passed, but I felt a touch on my lips. Noah, Chloe's voice, trembling with a desperate resolve, echoed in the quiet hospital room. I'm kissing you because I really love you. I don't care that you're married. I don't need you to marry me. I just want to stay by your side. Please, don't transfer me. Don't get rid of me. Her voice was choked with sobs. My eyes flew open, meeting her tear-streaked face. She was leaning in close, her eyes filled with a mixture of adoration and pleading that shook me. Please, she whispered, her warm, tear-stained lips trembling as they met mine. I felt my resolve weaken. Chloe was innocent in all this. She just loved me. I figured Anna wouldn't be back today. A thrill went through me. I wanted to comfort Chloe, so I shifted from passive to active, deepening the kiss. A loud crash from the doorway made us spring apart. Anna stood in the entrance, her face ashen. At her feet lay a shattered thermos. Soup splattered across the floor. She stared at us, her eyes devoid of shock, filled only with coldness and disgust. Babe, it's not what it looks like. The words tore from my throat. I ripped the 4 from the back of my hand, ignoring the beads of blood that instantly formed, and scrambled barefoot toward her to explain. A sharp, powerful slap landed across my face. My head snapped to the side, my cheek burning, my ears ringing. I tasted blood. Get away from me. Anna's voice was filled with a loathing I had never heard before. Mrs. Carter, how could you hit him? Chloe shrieked, rushing over to stand in front of me with her arms spread. It's my fault. Hit me if you want to, but don't hit Noah. Anna's gaze swept over us, as if looking at something filthy. She said nothing, just turned decisively to leave. Babe, let me explain. I ignored the stinging pain in my face and ran after her, pushing Chloe aside. Anna spun around. Not what it looks like. Then what is it? A 5-minute makeout session? What are you going to tell me? That you just get colleagues? That you were comforting a scared little girl? Don't touch me, Noah. You make me sick. I'll have my family's lawyers contact you. Noah Carter, I want a divorce. As the elevator doors were about to close, I threw myself forward, jamming my arm in the gap. The doors sensed the obstruction and slid back open. Bobby, no divorce. Don't say things you don't mean. We can't get a divorce. I was panting, blocking the elevator entrance like a wild man. Anna swung her purse at me. Get out. I can't even stand being in the same elevator as you. I can't stand the air you breathe. Seeing the elevator was going down, I bolted for the stairs, running as fast as I could, my mind chanting, don't let her leave like this. I finally caught up to her at the hospital entrance. Babe, please let me explain. It's all a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. And which part of this do you think you have the right to ask me to forgive? Noah, I'm so disappointed in you. She pulled at the corners of her mouth in a smile that was sadder than tears. I grabbed her cold wrist, rambling. No, I admit I was wrong. She was apologizing, crying I wasn't thinking straight. Maybe I was just bored. You know how things have been at the company lately. She's young and exciting, and she knows how to flatter me. It was a moment of weakness. I lost my head. But Anna, don't cry. The moment I saw you, I knew. I knew that you're the only one I truly love. What I have with her, it's just a game. Just a game. She violently shook my hand off. She looked at me, her eyes filled with pure scorn and contempt. The show never ends with you, does it, Noah? Are you an actor? You should be. You'd win an Oscar. What did you just say? That you and I are just a game? A sharp, distorted cry came from behind us. Anna and I both turned. The elevator doors had opened at some point. Chloe stood there, her face ghost white. She stared at me, having clearly heard every word of my just a game speech. Were all those things you said to me in bed last night lies? She shrieked. You said you loved me. You said she was boring, like a block of wood. You said you would divorce her and marry me. Were they all lies? What am I supposed to do now? I love you so much. I'll die without you. I'll actually die. The last glimmer of light in Anna's eyes went out. She looked at me, then at the hysterical Chloe, and turned to walk away. Babe, I was terrified, about to chase after her, but at that exact moment, a piercing scream from Chloe and gasps from the crowd behind me made me whip my head around. Chloe had collapsed, her eyes closed, unconscious. Chloe, I lunged toward her, scooping her into my arms. I looked back frantically, just in time to see Anna get in her car and drive away. Anna! I screamed her name with all my might, but she didn't look back. She was just gone. Chloe lay pale in a hospital bed. The doctor said she had fainted from emotional distress and low blood sugar. When she woke up, she clung to my hand, tears streaming down her face, asking over and over, Noah, you didn't mean what you said, right? You do love me, right? The comforting lies were on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't bring myself to say them. In the end, I just patted her hand tiredly. You need a rest. I pulled my hand away and fled. When I got home, all of Anna's things were gone. I never thought she would be so decisive. I didn't understand. I just made a small mistake. Why was she being so cruel? The Carters' longtime housekeeper, Mrs. Gable, was pacing anxiously, the phone in her trembling hand. Mr. Carter, you're finally back. Mrs. Carter called a moving company and took all of her things. I tried to stop her, but I couldn't. I called your parents, she added. I waved a hand weakly. I know. My phone buzzed incessantly. The family iMessage group was blowing up. I opened it. A high-definition video showed Chloe and me in that passionate, 5-minute kiss outside the hospital room. The sender was Anna. Her only comment was, "A love like this, don't they deserve my blessing?" A second later, a system notification popped up. Anna Sterling has left the group chat. The group fell silent. Not a single person typed another word. The atmosphere in the study of the Carter estate was suffocating. My father, Jonathan Carter, his face a mask of fury, slammed a thick legal document onto his desk with a heavy thud. "You fool! Look what you've done!" My father's chest heaved, the finger he pointed at my nose trembling. "You've dragged the Carter family name through the mud. The Sterling's lawyers sent this directly to my desk. Tell me, what are we going to do now?" My mother sat nearby, weeping silently, the disappointment and pain nearly crushing her. I tried to speak. What can you possibly say?" my father roared, cutting me off. "The Sterlings have made their position clear. All partnerships are terminated. Do you have any idea what that means? Carter Corp's credit lines will be frozen instantly. How many projects will have to be shelved? You put this family's legacy, built over decades, at risk for some girl you picked up at the office. How dare you face your ancestors?" "Noah, how could you?" my mother sobbed, unable to finish. The Sterling's swift and brutal retaliation made me realize for the first time just how fragile this seemingly massive ship of Carter Corp was without their support. "Dad, Mom, I know I was wrong," I said, my head bowed. "I'll go beg Anna. I'll beg the Sterlings for another chance. I'll handle the situation with Chloe." "Handle it? How are you going to handle it?" My father laughed, a bitter, angry sound. "The Sterlings want a clean break. If you're going to end it completely. Otherwise, you can get out of this family. Get out of Carter Corp." I shot my head up, my eyes bloodshot. "Dad, Carter Corp can't function without me. I'm your only son. Carter Corp doesn't need an heir who can't keep his pants zipped," my father said coldly. A call came in from Leo Sterling, Anna's brother. His voice was devoid of any warmth. "Noah, control your people. Don't go near my sister again, and don't bother my parents, or you'll face the consequences. Leo, please, just let me see Anna," I begged. "She doesn't want to see you." He hung up. I drove to the Sterling mansion in Greenwich. The iron gates were shut tight. I pressed the intercom, and a polite but distant voice answered. "Mr. Carter, Miss Sterling is not home, and Mrs. Sterling has instructed us not to receive any guests." I kept pressing the button, refusing to give up. Finally, the door opened. It wasn't a maid. It was Anna's mother, Eleanor. She stood on the top step, looking down at me with deep disappointment and weariness. She sighed. "Noah, go home. Don't waste your time here. Anna won't see you again." "Mom," I blurted out, clinging to a final shred of hope. "I know I was wrong. I'm so sorry for what I did to Anna. Please, just let me see her. Just for a minute. I'll apologize to her in person, beg her for another chance." "I promise, I promise." Eleanor cut me off, shaking her head, her gaze sharp. "Noah, you say you love Anna, yet you get involved with someone else, betraying your marriage. You say you don't love the other girl, yet now you're putting on this pathetic show. What's the point? Anna has made it clear. She won't see you unless you sign the papers and end this completely. That's her bottom line." I stumbled back against my car. She really doesn't want me anymore. She won't even give me a chance to repent. I returned to my empty house, the silence deafening. I couldn't sign the papers. If I signed, it would really be over. Just then, my phone rang. It was Chloe. I irritably declined the call. A text message immediately followed, her words dripping with tears. "Noah, I'm so scared. Can you please come see me?" I took a deep breath and called her back. She answered instantly, her voice small and tearful. "Noah, Chloe," I said, exhausted. "I was busy with company stuff just now. It's a mess. Sorry I missed your call." "Is the company in a lot of trouble?" she asked, her voice full of concern. "A lot of trouble," I confirmed, my tone heavy. "The Sterlings pulled out. A lot of our partnerships are dead. My dad almost had a heart attack." "Noah," her voice was filled with a mix of sympathy and dependence. "Your health is the most important thing right now. Just focus on getting better." I cut her off. Don't think about anything else. I'll come see you after I deal with this mess. Trust me, okay? Okay, I trust you, Noah. I'll wait for you. On the other end of the line, Chloe's voice finally had a hint of relieved sweetness and anticipation. The chain reaction from the Sterlings pulling their funding began to ripple through the company. Several major projects were halted due to a lack of capital. Calls from banks demanding payment came one after another. My father called an emergency board meeting. The atmosphere was tense. The other board members, mostly uncles and senior executives, all looked at me with expressions ranging from scrutiny to outright contempt. My father sat at the head of the table, his face grim. He slammed the latest financial report down on the table. Noah, look at this. Because of your little affair, the Sterlings pulled their investment. Look at our funding gap for the second half of the year. Look how much our stock has dropped. Who's going to compensate the shareholders for their losses? You're going to destroy this company. Gentlemen, I force myself to remain calm. What's done is done. Blaming me won't help. The priority right now is to find new investors and stabilize the situation. I'm already in talks with several promising venture capital firms. Venture capital? One of the older board members, my great-uncle, scoffed. Noah, do you think these VCs are philanthropists? They smell blood in the water. Going to them now is like drinking poison to quench your thirst. Their terms will be so predatory they'll strip Carter Corp to the bone. The scornful looks from everyone in the room were like needles. I practically stormed out of the meeting. Just then, Chloe called. My father had forbidden me from getting involved in company affairs, telling me to sort out my personal life. But Anna was gone. All I had left was Chloe. I started taking her on trips, trying to escape. During that time, I deliberately avoided any news about Anna. Or maybe I just didn't have the courage to face it. At a coffee shop on a trip to Charleston, I met a girl named Maya Reed. I had just had a fight with Chloe and was staring into my latte when an iced Americano was suddenly placed in front of me. A girl with a high ponytail grinned at me. This one's on me. You've been sitting here for half an hour and haven't touched your coffee. What a waste. I was stunned. She sat down across from me, propping her chin on her hands. I'm Maya Reed. I'm in the art department of the college here, just sketching. You've got this whole broody thing going on. You make a great model. Ever think about posing for a class? Before I could answer, she leaned in closer. I'd love to draw you, preserve you in my sketchbook forever. This stranger's bold, fiery words seemed to burn away the gloom that had settled over me. She wasn't like Anna, the polished heiress, nor was she like Chloe, who cried at the drop of a hat. She was like a wild rose, bursting into my gray world. Just then Chloe called. I frantically declined it and quickly got Maya's number. After a month away, I returned to New York. The sun felt warm on my skin. Everything was so familiar, as if nothing had ever happened. It's been long enough, I thought. Anna can't still be mad at me. She was always terrified of me, ignoring her. She could never really bring herself to leave me. I heard Anna had also been traveling. I had someone check her flight information and decided to meet her at the airport. I bought a bouquet of peonies, her favorite. She'd be happy to see them. I spotted her from a distance and walked over quickly, my face arranged in a gentle smile. Babe. Anna took a step back, her expression cold. We don't need to do this, Noah. It's been 2 months. Why haven't you signed the divorce papers? Aren't you having fun with your new little girlfriend? Why are you dragging this out? Why can't we just let each other go? I was taken aback, my eyes darting away for a second. She still cares. She's been keeping tabs on me. I finally felt a twinge of guilt, but I was annoyed that she was still being so dramatic. Plenty of guys in our circle did far worse things, and I had never deprived Anna of anything. The latest designer clothes, custom jewelry, anything she even glanced at, I had it delivered to her immediately. I frowned. I know I went too far this time, but I only love you. Can you please stop with the drama? We've been married for years. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Anna actually laughed. You still think I'm just throwing a tantrum? Noah, you don't love me, and you don't need me. You just need a wife who looks good on your arm and makes you look good in public. And I'm tired of playing that part. My face darkened, but Anna just pushed her luggage cart past me and walked away. That night, I went out for drinks with my old friend, Jack. Man, you've got it good, he teased. Now you're running around with some college student. Aren't you afraid your wife, is actually going to divorce you. I down my drink. She can't divorce me if I don't sign the papers. I have nothing left to lose now. What am I afraid of? But I never expected Chloe to hire someone to follow me, to take pictures of me and Maya, to find out Maya's major and what school she went to, and to post all the photos on the university's online forum, demanding the school take action. Maya called me, sobbing. Noah, the dean called me in. They want me to break up with you and issue a public apology. They're threatening to expel me. I hung up, frustrated. Anna would never cry like that. I called her. Anna, I told you, if you're willing to give me another chance, we can start over. I'll cut off all ties with everyone else. Since you're not willing to give me that chance, why are you going after a young girl? Maya is only 20. She doesn't know anything. Anna exploded. Noah, let me be clear. When I say you disgust me, I mean that even hearing your name makes me sick. Do you really think I care enough about you to meddle with your little flings? You give yourself way too much credit. And by the way, my lawyers have collected all the evidence of your affairs. If you don't sign the divorce papers, don't be surprised when I demand more. Do you want to walk away with nothing? Back at the estate, my father handed me the divorce agreement. This is the final offer from Leo Sterling. Sign it, and maybe Carter Corp can survive a little longer. He paused, not needing to say the alternative. I never thought Anna would push me this far. I'll sign. The two words scraped my throat. The moment my pen touched the paper, something inside me died. After signing, I found myself outside the Sterling mansion again. This time, the gate opened. It was Leo. He looked down at me, his eyes cold. He glanced at the thick envelope in my hand. You sign. I handed it to him. Leo took it without even looking inside and passed it to his assistant. His gaze returned to me. Noah, you brought this on yourself. Anna gave you so many chances, and you threw every single one of them away, digging yourself into a deeper hole each time. A month later, Anna and I were officially divorced. I looked at her, a mix of regret and some other unnameable emotion churning inside me. I forced a smile. Let me drive you home one last time. Like when we were dating. Okay. Anna took a step back and shook her head. Noah, I used to love you very much. I really thought we would grow old together. But we've come to this. We're divorced now. Let's just leave it at that. There's no need to drag this out any longer. Take care of yourself. Chloe quickly found out about the divorce and started pressuring me to marry her. I began to give her the cold shoulder. Carter Corp finally had a moment to breathe. At the 30th anniversary gala, my father was trying to rally morale with a speech. Mr. Carter, a sharp, piercing voice cut through the room. I have a question for Mr. Carter. Are you planning to take responsibility for the child your girlfriend is carrying? The moment Chloe said it, every eye in the room, every camera lens swiveled to her face and her swollen belly. My father's face turned black. I was completely blindsided. A swarm of reporters rushed forward. Mr. Carter, what is your relationship with this woman? We heard she was your former assistant. Did your relationship begin after your divorce? Miss Mason, are you the other woman? Miss Mason, how many months pregnant are you? A female reporter asked sharply. Miss Mason, you look to be about 4 or 5 months along. Mr. Carter's divorce was finalized less than a month ago. Were you having an affair during his marriage? Was he divorced because of you? The Carter Corp PR team immediately stepped in to control the chaos. I finally regained my senses and, at my father's signal, said, Of course I will take responsibility. I was just waiting for the right moment to plan a proposal. I will be sure to share the good news when the time is right. My fiancé has been a little emotional due to the pregnancy. I apologize for the disturbance. Carter Corp had just weathered a storm. We were hoping the anniversary celebration would boost the stock price. But because of Chloe's stunt, the stock plummeted, hitting its limit down for a week straight. My father was furious. He made me kneel in his study, in front of the portrait of my grandfather, for a full day without food or water. To prevent Chloe from causing more trouble, my mother arranged for her to live in a secluded villa on the outskirts of the city, with a full staff to care for her. Chloe thought she had the Carters wrapped around her finger and became increasingly arrogant, sensitive, and suspicious. She made everyone's life miserable. If I even spoke an extra word to the housekeeper, she would demand I fire them. Eventually, all the staff quit and went back to the main estate, refusing to work for her. I used work as an excuse to move out and get some peace. The annual Sterling Group Gala was the event of the season in New York. I brought Maya with me. After Chloe had gotten her expelled from school, Maya had been quiet and obedient, never demanding a title or a commitment. I found myself growing more and more fond of her. I set her up with her own art studio as compensation. She had begged me to bring her to the gala to network and see the scene. I looked up and saw Anna walk in with a man. I froze for a second, then walked over. "Anna," I said, testing the waters. "Who is this?" Anna smiled slightly and tightened her grip on her companion's arm. "This is my boyfriend, Ethan Cole. He's not in our world, so you probably won't have much to talk about. Excuse us." She started to walk away with him. I stepped in front of them. "When did you meet? Was he the one you were traveling with? Is he why you were in such a hurry to divorce me?" Ethan spoke, his voice gentle and refined. "Mr. Carter, I only began pursuing Anna in the last month. I'm incredibly fortunate that she agreed to be my girlfriend. I think you're overcomplicating things." Anna's eyes were filled with mockery and a hint of schadenfreude. "Mr. Carter's thoughts are complicated, and so is his life. Look, your tigress is on the prowl." Sure enough, Chloe was waddling toward us, a glass of wine in her hand. She threw the wine at Maya. "You shameless homewrecker. How dare you try to seduce my man?" I pulled Maya out of the way, grabbing Chloe's arm as she tried to claw at her. "What do you think you're doing?" Maya hid behind me, looking terrified and fragile. "Noah, I am scared. She's the one who got me kicked out of school, and now she's trying to attack me. If you weren't here, I don't know what I would do." Chloe pointed a finger at her. "Don't play the innocent victim with me. I invented that move. You're not good enough to pull it on me." Then she turned to me, her body shaking as she started to cry. "Honey, I'm about to give birth to your child, and I'm all alone in that house. Are you trying to kill both of us?" I frowned, angry. "You drove away all the maids and staff with your impossible demands. Now you're complaining that you're alone? You made your bed. Now you can lie in it." Chloe's eyes turned red with fury. She clutched her belly and yelled, "When you were trying to win me over, everything I said was right. Now, everything I say is wrong. You're just tired of me. You're sick of me now that I'm pregnant and inconvenient." Maya peeked out from behind me. "If you know that, why do you keep making a scene?" Chloe took a step forward, then suddenly gasped, clutching her stomach. It looked like the stress had induced labor. "No, my stomach, it hurts so much." Anna pointed to the floor. "Oh my God, her water broke. Someone call an ambulance." Sure enough, a puddle was forming at Chloe's feet. Her water had broken. She was going into premature labor. I was so frustrated. This woman was nothing but trouble. Why couldn't she just stay home? Fortunately, the hotel was well equipped. Their medical staff appeared immediately and called for an ambulance. Chloe was rushed to the hospital and gave birth to a son, a tiny, wrinkled, ugly thing. My mother sent the butler and a nanny to the hospital with nourishing soups for Chloe. They also brought the baby back to the Carter estate, telling Chloe they were taking the young master home for a traditional family welcome. Chloe was thrilled, thinking this meant I would finally marry her. But a nanny accidentally let it slip that no one from the estate would be coming back for her, and that she would never see her son again. The butler said he had called the police, but they told him it was a domestic dispute since the father and grandparents had taken the child. They could only mediate. Chloe had a hysterical breakdown in the hospital room. The doctor said she was suffering from severe postpartum depression and couldn't handle any more stress. After she was discharged, the butler took her back to the villa. She didn't fight or argue. I didn't mistreat her. I had staff continue to look after her, telling her that as long as she was quiet and behaved, she could maintain this lifestyle. In the world of the wealthy, no one pays that much attention to what goes on behind closed doors. Everyone has their secrets. On the day of the baby's christening, my mother threw a large party at the estate. Anna and Leo were there. In the middle of a conversation, someone asked, "So, where's the guest of honor? Aren't you going to bring out your grandson for us to see?" My mother was about to call for the nanny when the nanny herself came running out, screaming, "Ma'am, it's terrible. The baby is gone." My mother and I panicked. No one had left the house. How could he be gone? He was only a month old. He couldn't have just walked away. Someone in the yard screamed and pointed at the roof. There's someone up there with the baby. They're going to jump. It was Chloe. She had disguised herself as a staff member, snuck into the house, found the baby, and taken him to the roof. I ran to the rooftop, my voice trembling. Chloe, what are you doing? Don't be reckless. What are you doing with the baby? Come down from there. Chloe acted as if she couldn't hear me. She hummed a lullaby to the baby in her arms. Don't be scared, sweetie. Mommy's here. Mommy will always be with you. She started to sway. I tried to soothe her. Chloe, calm down. Whatever you want, just tell me. I can give you anything. Just put the baby down first. Chloe finally looked at me, her face strangely calm, her voice a whisper. Noah, do you think they'll recognize our relationship in heaven? Chloe teetered on the edge. My heart was in my throat. Chloe, come down. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll marry you. I pleaded, trying to get closer. A crazed, tragic smile spread across Chloe's face. Liar. I'll never believe you again. You made me lose my job, my life. I had your child, and then you took away my freedom. You never had any intention of marrying me. Anna was right. You would never marry me. You only marry women from powerful families. I was just your plaything. Since I can't have what I want, you can't have what you want either. You will not take my son from me. He is my life. I will be with him forever, whether it's in heaven or hell. Don't be scared, baby. Mommy's taking you away from this filthy place. With that, she jumped. Screams erupted from below. My face went white. It all happened too fast. I couldn't react. I lunged for the edge of the roof, watching as Chloe and the baby fell. The scene was chaos. Chloe and the baby were gone instantly. I scrambled to get downstairs. My foot slipped, and I tumbled violently down the staircase. I ignored the pain, staring at the bodies of Chloe and my 1-month-old son on the ground. My legs gave out, and I collapsed. The news of the murder-suicide at the christening spread like wildfire. The media painted a picture of the Carter heir who cheated on his wife with his secretary, got her pregnant, then abandoned her, driving her to kill herself and their child. The scandal sent Carter Corp's stock into another freefall. The company was crippled, shrinking from one of the top 10 firms in the city to a minor player. The shock was too much for my father. He collapsed. My mother clutched her chest and fainted. I held my unconscious mother, looked at my unresponsive father, and felt the world spin. My father died 3 days later from a massive stroke. With him gone, the corruption in the company's management was exposed. Coupled with internal power struggles and a coordinated attack from the Sterlings and other rivals, the stock price plummeted. The company was insolvent. It was forced into bankruptcy and liquidation. My mother couldn't handle the successive blows. Her mind broke, and she was admitted to a long-term care facility. The Carter estate was seized and auctioned off by the court. All my assets were frozen to pay off debts. Overnight, I fell from the pinnacle of society into the gutter, penniless and alone. My left leg was permanently damaged from the fall down the stairs that night.